Good afternoon, everybody. This is Mark, and we're back here for the afternoon call. It's Tuesday, so a little bit more of a quiet day today. I guess you had a little bit of a sell, pretty much from the open. Not unexpected, considering we've been up almost just about the last 10, 12 days. So you're going to have a down day there. I don't think it did a whole lot of damage across the board. It's much to be expected, and I actually think it creates a much healthier market to have some downdrafts than to just have a grind higher consistently, and then buy points become a little bit harder. So in these downdrafts, in my opinion, even though we did cross the NASDAQ 5,000 new highs, it is buying opportunities across the board in stock selection. That's the key to trading right now, stock selection. So you probably could have taken some shots, or tomorrow if we have another gap down, I think you certainly have some shots across the board. So you can see the spiders, really no damage. At one point we were below the 10-day, but closing really right about at the 10-day. So not much damage there. Qs, same type of action, just a little digestion. And IWM, much the same. Stock-wise, you could say maybe oil had a little bit of a reaction, closed up a little bit. USOs are still sluggish. OIH is still sluggish. You had Schlumberger showed some signs, PXD showed some signs, EOG showed some signs, but again, sluggish. Not really my main bag of tricks at this point in time. High beta, Apple's been in a very tight range, really 3-4 days down. Should have some resolution either today or either tomorrow or on Thursday. So my bet is probably to the upside. Above 130, you probably get a trigger back to 132, 133. So keep it on the radar. It certainly looks good to me. Google right now cannot be stopped. Certainly on when it gets on an uptrend, it just keeps going, and that's where we're at right now. 5-6 days high, new highs. That's not going to be my cup of tea to be chasing it. So I'm gonna step back and let it do its thing and find a new level for digestion across the board. You had Netflix down a little bit, but no real damage. Amazon at one point was down. I'll just put up a smaller time frame so you can see it. One point down to almost 383. Next thing you know, it's 385. 1 point down to 382, and next thing you know, it's 385. It's hanging in there very nicely, and you can see holding pretty much its key moving average at this point in time. LinkedIn's not doing a whole lot of anything, really hanging in there, but really has not given you a trade since earnings. Baba, new lows, and really had some decent volume today. So you might get the capitulation we all want. Everybody's like, all right, I want the 70s, I want this, I want that. Chart-wise, it looks terrible, but at the same time, we know how this all works. Usually when all the bad news is coming out and you could see it's just getting piled on and piled on, a lot of times a reversal begins to happen. So certainly look at this stock a little bit more to see if there's any RDR, red dog reversal in the works. Right now, technically, though, it's probably not going to hold, but minimum, there might be a trade in there. Technically, it still looks bad. Tesla, same type of chart. It's really not having any life, and it seems like it wants to hang below 205 for a period of time. So, rallies right now can be shorted, and it just is not. It's not an in vogue stock at this point in time, and I think that's where you have to recognize. Facebook, Twitter can be bought on pullbacks. They cannot be chased. We just have not had that type of market where you can chase uptick. So, Facebook down today, maybe uptick tomorrow. Twitter, same type of trade. 47, 47.50 seems like it should hold. And for a move higher, we'll have to wait and see. PNW had earnings today, new highs. That stock cannot be stopped. The cyber trading stocks, some of the others have taken a break today. Probably a few more days of break, and Faye actually looks a little better, but cyber probably a few more days, and Faye's trying to form a nice bull flag at this point in time. Bios took a break today, but came back and really very little damage across the board. I didn't really see any specifics, but I know PCYC was down a little bit. Celgene was down a little bit. I didn't really see what was up, considering I was not really trading in the afternoon. Chinese guys trying to find some levels. Baidu is maybe breaking a descending channel if it gets above 210-ish, maybe 208 small. but not a lot there, not a lot to sink our teeth into. It's been the big boys. I mean, Disney, new highs, Boeing, new highs. I know Target had a good day today. Whirlpool, I guess, the other day had a good day. You just got to respect the fact that, DE's up there. You got to respect the fact of what's happening. It's a lot of big boys stocks acting well, and it's not the most sexy of plays, but they look good. Cisco hanging in there. Obviously came back below 30 today, but overall still hanging in there. VIX did wake up for a little bit today, but again, to close with really very little fanfare. I do think it's actually cheap down here, so to put some, either buy some protection, at this level, at the, anywhere from 12 to 14 level, I don't think is a bad idea from, if you're doing a portfolio, especially if you have some decent longs, reduce your risk a little bit with buying the VIX or buying some calls to some extent, at least to mitigate some of the risk. Overall, guys, I think we're hanging in there. The semis obviously are very, very strong. SMH you can look at. I think Scott mentioned CY today. Broadcom has been on my radar. CLAC has been on my radar. AMAT has been on my radar. But, down days today. But overall, I think, down days on pullbacks, 1 or 2 days of downdrafts, you look to get involved with them. That's the tape. I'm sticking to that philosophy until it changes. Obviously, I don't think every month's going to be like February where you're not going to have these down days, 100 down days. I actually hope some volatility comes back in the tape. We'll have to wait and see if that's the case. But either way, you got to stay tuned to the VTF because there's a lot of good, valuable information across the board, from finding ideas that you maybe wouldn't be looking at, or at the same time timing into some of these issues, and obviously just good old-fashioned debating on whether people like certain stocks at these levels, and just discussing it accordingly. I think it's something essential, and if you're not involved, I think you're missing out a little bit, certainly on some timely ideas. So hopefully you had a good day today. Not the easiest of days, but we still have a week and nice few weeks ahead of us before the month, and it should be a good month. Have a good night. I'll see you all tomorrow.